In the past few episodes, we've been talking a lot about JavaScript objects. And in this episode, I'm going to walk through some more things we can do with object properties. To get started, let's open up the JavaScript console on pretty much any website. You can just hit Command Option J and it will open it up. I have mine set to open up in a new window so that I have more screen real estate. You can change that over here. I don't know the keyboard shortcut for Windows, but you can go to View, Developer, Developer Tools, or JavaScript console, actually in Chrome, and you will get here. So let's say that we have a tweet object. So we have tweet content equals, it's really hot today. And we'll say the username, actually I messed that up back over here, that's supposed to be a colon. So the username is @JimBob, who I don't know if that's a real person on Twitter or not, but let's just pretend it is. Let's say there are 54 likes and maybe 32 retweets. In the past episode, we covered things we might do, like call attributes on the object. In this episode, I want to talk about how to iterate through the keys. So when we say keys, when you look at this content, this is a key and the string on the right is the associated value, and it's the same for each of our things. So you'll hear people talk about keys and values, and that's what it is. Equally, you might say attributes. So let's say attributes equals, this is going to be a bit new, so we'll say object dot keys, and we'll pass in our tweet, and that's going to give us back a list of our attributes. So with this, we can do a number of things. So to start simple, I'm just going to make a basic for loop, and I'm going to say for I equals 0, I less than attributes dot length, and then I plus plus, which is basically how a for loop typically looks. I'm not going to cover that here, but it's easy to find information about this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run through all of the attributes here, and I'm just going to console.log the attribute and the associated value. So we'll say console.log, and we'll say attributes I, and then we'll probably add on a colon like this, and then we'll say tweet attributes I, like that. And so what you see is for each thing in our object, you see the key and then the value printed. So what this is saying is like, we're iterating through basically a list of numbers. We're starting at 0 and we're counting up to the length of the attribute set. And so we can access, for instance, attributes 0 will be the first, that's the second, so on and so forth. So that's how we're printing this out. And then because we can say tweet content and access that data that way, that's what's happening here. So this attributes I becomes attributes 0, which becomes content, which then we pass into tweet, which returns the "it's really hot today" message. So that's pretty much how that works. If you like this episode and you want to see more like this, please click like and click subscribe. That's it for this episode. I will see you in the next one.